Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 and our playthrough as the Luxar Dominion. It is endgame, folks. We've got the Dream of Utopia happening in 7 months, and if nobody tries to stop us, we will win a culture victory in not too long. We're currently at 60% of the way to a culture victory. Now, all we need to do is control 19% of the galaxy more with our influence. And we've got to hold that for 5 months while staying at peace. So peace is going to be something we are looking to maintain. On the diplomatic front, however, there are only a couple of factions that are even able to contest us at this point. There is the Drath, who have quite a big military, and there is the Onyx Hive, who also have quite a big military. Now, the Drath are quite friendly with us, and we're going to try to get an alliance with them. However, the Onyx Hive, I don't think there's any saving this. But we will do what we can. We will do what we can. The Onyx are also not at war with anybody, so they're free to have all kinds of ideas. We may seek to change that. We may actually just bribe somebody to go to war with them. That's a consideration for not too long from now. We are finishing up the Astrolab of the Honor, and after which we'll probably get to work on the Grand Menagerie, just because it will take a massive amount of resources to do this. I'm not, in fact, sure what we need. Let's go down to Geode and see what's what. We will need snuggler colonies and techpod hives and heliosaur. That's going to be kind of tricky to pull off. Let's see what's on the market. I haven't seen snuggler colonies for a while. We'll also want some hypersilicates. I think at least 3. Let's buy up 3 of those because we can probably get to work on the virtual world as well, which would be a nice addition to our empire. I think we'll need Epimetheus as well. Now, that one is very expensive. Let's sell off the Artocarpus. We'll sell off a bunch of Prometheon. Good, and that should let us get 3 of these. Oops, bought an extra one. That's okay. And then we can get the virtual world down somewhere. Not sure where we would like it or if it even matters. Approval, tourism, and population. It'll go right there. It'll go right there. That's a +2. It'll be good for a 16% boost to our approval across the board. And we don't have to worry about that. Let's make sure that the shipyard is still producing supply ships. And we'll go ahead and make it repeatable, so we don't have to think about it. All of that done. Let's go ahead, hit the play button, see what happens. Just in case the Onyx Hive decide to go to war with us, we may decide to reposition some of our military to the front lines, because we currently don't. We have 1 fleet waiting in order, and it is a decent fleet. We've got the Marimando here, but he will need some backup. This is building a probe for us. I don't know why that is. Oh, it's because it's not ours yet. It's 84% in rebellion. Okay, my bad. Never mind, it will be ours soon enough. Late. Why, though, are they building a probe at this stage of the game? What is there left to probe? Okie dokies. Got our constructor here. We will put down a military starbase, just so that if anybody does get any funny ideas, we'll be able to put a stop to them. Military starbase. We'll leave it as is for now. We get an extra 10% gross income to all of our worlds. Thanks, precursors. Appreciate that. Now, do we have any more of these red anomalies? There's a couple still dotted around. 2 over here. I guess we'll swing back over this way. Marimando is in position. Wasn't this 80-something% in rebellion just like a minute ago? Why is it back down to 3%? Ay. Alright, well, that's fine. Put you guys to sleep. What diplomats do we have out there? We've got diplomats with everybody at the moment, so that's good. Kryn is holding out. Chryseth is holding out quite well. Nevertheless, it will fall. The relentless tide of your people's music and culture has inundated our worlds, permeating every corner of our society. Vibrant melodies and infectious rhythms echo through our streets, distracting our citizens and disrupting the harmony of our way of life. The colorful tapestry of your traditions, and guys, you sound super jelly, man. We spend money and control, but improve relations with the resistance. I think that is the play. We'll do that once more. Just really quickly check out diplomacy. Yeah, everybody's hating all of a sudden. That took a turn. We'll renegotiate all of our treaties. Okay, we'll just take some credits. Okay, all of our treaties have been renegotiated. Few culture treaties, open borders across the board. Influence here is up to 276. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's keep it going. 5 months for Dream. I do think there's a very high chance that one of these AIs are going to attempt to stop us. They will probably declare a war. But we have annexed planet Chasen 2 from the Drath Freehold, and our Federation government has been maintained. Excellent stuff. It is 143 to 32. Another landslide. Beautiful. 4 months for the Dream of the Utopia. And we are going to continue with, I guess, some science. 20% research to all of our worlds for 24 months. We're 651. That takes us up to 686. That's a damn fine number, if you ask me. Now, if it does come to war, we have a sprawling empire, and while we do have some military and is quite capable, it nevertheless was quite concentrated. I don't think we have the military to defend all of this stuff, so maybe we will need to pull our shipyards back onto military production. It is 2 months for the Dream of Utopia, and I'm kind of tempted to do something drastic with the Onyx. What if we get our good friends the Drath to go to war with the Onyx? The Drath are over here, the Onyx are here. They should have the ship range to fight each other, thin out their forces a little bit, keep them a bit occupied. We may do that once the trades come back up, but I really am hoping to close out the game this episode. Alrighty, Gior has finished the Astrolab of the Arnor. Beautiful. That would have gotten us a bit of prestige. Currently 49% of the way to a prestige victory, and now we get to work on the virtual world. The Grand Menagerie, however, will take a bit more to build. We're gonna need the Snuggler colony, and I actually haven't seen them in I don't know how long. But let's finish off the Dream of Utopia, and then we'll see where we go from there. And there it is, the Dream of Utopia. Through the call of Utopia, our civilization embarks on a journey to actualize a society where harmony, prosperity, and happiness reigns supreme. Advanced sociological models, infrastructure blueprints, and community engagement strategies lay the groundwork for turning our utopian dream into a tangible reality. This culminates through an executive order that, when used, drastically increases the influence of its target's core worlds, which will, if not immediately, in short order bring other civilizations into our light. This should be an extra 5 influence growth every single month, plus 3 culture points. And we're pretty much free to do whatever we would like. We would like some sort of money infrastructure, however. Let's get Xeno Hospitality. It's a one-term thing. Get it out of the way, and now we'll keep a very close eye on our influence. Let's have a quick check. 387 influence out of this planet. There it is, Dream of Utopia plus 10. Now that plus 5 that we're getting is going to get hit by all of these. Somebody used a demoralizing artifact on us. You smart, clever girl. Okay, that's okay. We'll keep an eye on this. It should be going up every single month. We'll see how much it actually goes up by, but 387, it's a pretty good number. Pretty good number. Let's see if we can trade with the Drath. Not yet. We should be coming up on an alliance pretty soon. Oh dear, after capturing the precursor artifact, we find inside a treasure trove of precursor art, the likes of which have never been seen before. Another 10% influence growth to all of our worlds, exactly the sort of thing we are hunting for. And now our ship here and go get some more of these. Lovely. I don't know what the Penultipox is. Let's go ahead and start it. We've done it before, but we must find a cure. A new disease of great destructive potential has emerged. All right, Xeno Hospitality done. The Xeno Welcome Hub is something we will want to build. I don't know if this Centurion Emporium has been built. Very likely it has been. That's when the AI tends to grab. We'll grab Cerberus missiles in one turn. We're up to 716 research. A pretty good number. And 440 on the cultural influence, so we gained like 60. Damn. Now we did get an extra 10% event as well, so a bit misleading, but 440.5. Nothing unites the Federation like a day off. Nothing divides its treasury faster. A bill to establish a Federation-wide holiday, and an argument about whether anyone can afford to enjoy it. The Grand Jubilee plus 15% approval to all units. Deep facets goes up. A day of service. We get military and research. Prisms go up. Local observances. Let each world mark the day in its own way without the capital dictating the festivities. I mean, we're going to do a Grand Jubilee. Grand Jubilee. We should probably be assigning some more leaders to the Athenaeum. I mean, the next level is only a 1% growth increase. That's not a lot. Really not a lot. There's our Cerberus missiles. What we would very much like is cultural domination as well to get celebrities. So we're just going to hard research that. We have another cultural progression. In collectivism, we can go up to hive mind for 25% to intelligence. Now, our people are super intelligent already. I think we'll go ahead and do it just so we can say we have a second capstone. I don't think we're going to go ahead and research it. However, we can pop Serenity, which we will. That'll go down on Geode for an extra 20% to our influence and tourism. We love it. 531 influence. Holy. 77% of the way to a victory. Another 10% of the galaxy is all we need. And then to stay at peace for 5 months. Easier said than done. Ooh, another data cube. I love a new data cube. 300 research to help get through cultural domination. Another red anomaly over here. Yup. I'm getting a little bit worried about a pending war, or the potential of. A little bit worried. Just a little bit. Once we finish the virtual world here, I think we'll switch back to some military production out of our most capable shipyards. And we'll keep the treasure hunters going because they are making us a huge amount of cash. That's an extra 5 logistics out of that precursor event. I guess we'll just keep this going. This is working out quite nicely. Let's grab these guys. Let's see if there's some alliances to be had. Not yet. So what if we stir up that trouble? These guys are getting a little bit out of hand. Let's talk to the Drath. They're the only one with a military to speak of. Speak to. I have a trade proposal for you. I would like you to declare war on the Onyx Hive, who they dislike. So this is likely. This offer offends your ancestors. You don't have battleships. I will give you some battleships with which to fight this war. And then I'm just going to say, I don't know, 1,500 Diplo capital. There you go. This offer is acceptable. What technologies do you have that maybe I want? Xenomedicine is actually something that I want. Leviathan warheads, just because. Let's get kinetic weapon targeting as well, seeing as we're over here and we're about to blow some of this Diplo capital. We'll sweeten the pot a bit with, say, 2,000. And that is acceptable. Go ahead and just throw some credits at the top to even this out, and we'll say accepted. That's very, very nice for us. And with xenomedicine, I believe we're able to do something with the xenobiology, my bad. We need xenobiology. There's the Plague Center Research, which is a research facility. Plus 3 levels to research. There's no real great place. I suppose we can put it, I don't know where. Ideally on one of these, but we can't replace those. It doesn't really matter where. We'll just throw it down anywhere. 575 goes up to 635. Yep. Yep. The Terran Alliance has declared war on the Onyx Hive. Now we're talking. So the beautiful thing is, the Drath are allied with the Terrans, so actually getting them to go to war with the Onyx Hive has drawn the Terran Alliance into this as well. Not that it matters terribly, they don't have too much of a military, but hopefully this is going to keep them busy enough that we can just mosey our way to a victory. Lovely. I think we'll just keep it going. 9 months until we can turn all of our people into celebrities and really send that culture to epic proportions. Truly a galactic renaissance. Now, I would kind of like to make sure that at the end of the day, the Drath don't lose to the Onyx or the Terrans for that matter. That's not what we're looking for, but it is very likely what is about to happen. Maybe we should give battleships to the Terrans as well. Sure. Why not? Let's go over here. We'll trade with you guys, assuming that they don't have it, which they don't have battleships and extreme miniaturization and interstellar resupply doctrines, and just give me whatever. This won't work for you? Think again. Thank you. So we advance our beam technology, hopefully a good amount, and they get the ability to fight. Now, let's have a look at their ships. They've got quite a few cruisers to their name, some frigates. I'll accept this. That's very, very nice. They are currently at war with 3 different civilizations, so we'll see what they can do. They do have some ships, however, and the civilizations that they're at war with, aside from the Onyx Hive, shouldn't be too big a problem. The Terran Resistance have now declared war on the Archean Republic as well. Don't bite off more than you can chew, please. Anomaly is being defended. Go ahead and attack it. See what we get out of it. Meanwhile, our culture is just... it's moving. 689. That should go up, let's say, by another 60. So 740-ish, I'm expecting. And indeed, 740 it is. Fantastic. That's 1% approval to all of our units. The people will love to hear it. Thank you. Any other? Yes, over here. Beautiful. Again, I'm feeling a little bit antsy. Let's go over to Cora. Cora has decent manufacturing, so we'll recruit its shipyard. And we will start building something. Let's design a new ship class. Let's go for a battleship. Battleships might be a little bit ambitious for this shipyard, but we'll see what we can do. We will get... I mean, we have tons of thulium. We're getting 1 thulium per turn. We'll go with thulium alloy armor, carbon crystal plating, barrier fields, repair nanites, the integrity cloud, and disruptor banks. Yes, we'll get mostly disruptor banks. We'll throw on some Cerberus warheads. We do have a decent... I say decent. Let's get Leviathan torpedoes. We have tons of antimatter and pulse cannons. And the rest will just be disruptor banks. Okay. And sure, some more Leviathan torpedoes. That'll be it. That's our battleship build. We've got 284 on our beam attacks. This will be good for blasting through any shields. We've got some token weaponry that is just going to help us chip through the enemy's armor and allow our beams to do what they do. Save it. The Ruby. Yeah, sure. Ruby Mark 1. Our first just battleship builds. 9 turns on those. Let's just queue them up. Get rid of the treasure hunts out of this. 9 turns is quite a lot, but each one of these ships, I will in fact just put this on repeatable. And we will have you guys rally... I mean, Onyx Prime is right there. It's right there. It's right there, guys. It's tempting. Tempting to just go to war, but we're gonna let just gonna let this happen. If they declare war on us, fine. We will stomp them out. We already have a fleet just lurking. We can probably get a couple more ships in that fleet to make it a little bit more scary. We have a siege ship, do we not? We don't. We will manifest one. All right, well, let's grab some ships. What do we have here? We have a flagship just chilling, not doing anything. Get out there. Go out there and survey anomalies. I'm not sure why that happened. Whoopsies. Anyway, these are all Mark 3s. In fact, just send a lot. Send those guys up. Let's see if we can mass mobilize. Yup, there it is. Manifested. Add them to here. We need 7% more of the galaxy to win. On behalf of the Terran Resistance, we entreat you to lend us your strength against the formidable Orb Seekers. I'm sorry. We could absolutely take that war, but we're not. We're not going to bother with that. Just going to kick back and let our influence do its thing. How's Geode looking on its bills? Plague Research Center coming down. After which, we'll see another +5 logistics. Heck yeah, we're going to have the ability to produce some extremely large fleets. 5 months for cultural domination. We've got to control 8% of the galaxy. I think that went down somehow. We're up to 908 influence. Unstoppable. It is unstoppable. How is the wars going, my guys? Have you started to, like, whittle each other down? Not really. We don't see any sieges happening either, but our borders are almost upon them. What a world down here, guys. The Archeans are up here. How did they manage to sneak a worlds, plural, all the way down here? Oh, these are dead worlds. They've been using some ability or something. There's another transport, or a transport has arrived on location. We'll need some space for it, though. Let's get this guy out. We'll send him over to here. He might need a refit. Put a troop transport into there. Excellent. 82 power fleet hanging out next to Chrysler. Let's go and just park our ship right outside of Onyx Prime, just in case they get any ideas. There's Peneltepox success. Our research have done it, having discovered not only a safe and effective vaccination for the Peneltepox, but also a useful therapeutic treatments to manage it in place. Our people at last are safe. The question is, are any others? We have survived. Plus 30 prestige. We're up to 55%. But I think we win by culture long before we win by prestige. We'll just put this guy to refit. Make him a quartz Mark II. Refit. Close. Okay. That does mean that we're free to do whatever we want on this planet. Let's just put this... Make money on repeatable until we have an idea of what we would like to do. Let's go to the shipyard. We've got a lost cargo container here with planetary defense module. Sure, I will accept it. Let's start making some battleships. The Ruby Mark I. 12 turns on that. That's... Never mind, it's 1 turn. Never mind, let's just queue a bunch of those. Probably because we have a lot of banked resources due to producing tons of supply ships, which we can 1 turn. So there's a rollover, which means we have a bunch of stored goods. I wonder how many we have. Only 145 stored goods. Not a huge amount. All right, you have finished upgrading. We'll just put you here. In fact, you've got a military starbase. I'll park you on the planet for the approval bonus. That's another 1% approval. People will love to hear it. We've got planetary defense plus 30. I might throw that on a planet if it becomes under siege or something. Any other red anomalies? There's one. Go get it. 2 months to go. Nice. Our borders have isolated Chrysler. Oh, sorry, Onyx Prime. Chrysler is 54% in rebellion. Our fleet is just lurking, moving with the borders. If they do declare war on us, all of the ships that are in our territory should then warp to like this region, and our fleet will just be able to march them down. We have annexed a planet from the Terran Resistance. That means we're starting to strip worlds from the Terrans. Love to see it. Let's have a quick check on our diplomacy. Trath are loving it. Terrans not so much, but okay. No snugglies. We'll run a goodwill tour for that extra diplomacy. And what we're looking at here is just these 4. Serenity, Goodwill Tour, the Pressure Scientists, and Galactic Festivals. We pop those as soon as they are off of cooldown. 1 month on the Cultural Domination. And this fleet just continue to walk forward with our borders. Fairly sinister. Fairly sinister. If they do declare war on us, like I said, all of their ships will probably... that are in this region or anywhere in our borders will congregate here, and then we just march them down, or they'll be along this border, and we can probably get a fleet like these guys marching with it. But there is cultural domination. We get Culture Beacon, which is a lot of extra influence growth. We'll get the Indoctrination Center, more influence growth, plus the ability to make celebrities, and let's do it. Why not? Diamonics. We wanted this fleet to march with its borders here, ready to capitalize on any wars that they declare. We can just wipe out a bunch of ships in one go. And we do have some things to do on Geode, or around Geode. So let's see. Indoctrination Center, we need Arnor Spice and Harmony Crystals. We do have Arnor Spice here, so we'll buy up. We only need 3, really. All right, Indoctrination Center is plus 10 influence growth, plus another 70. So, hang on a minute. That's actually a ridiculous amount. We're at 1,192. Pop one of these in. 1,200. So, some gain, but not a huge amount. We need more Durantium. We'll go ahead and buy up a bunch of that. At least 2. another indoctrination center, another indoctrination center, plus down on the surface we'll be able to build the cultural beacon. Another galactic achievement. We'll need 1 harmony crystal and 5 durantium. We have any harmony crystals left? We do. So we need 5 durantium. We have enough cash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, it's good to be rich. We'll need this to go down somewhere, ideally around the beacon, but we don't really have any space left for it. It is technically best here if we replace this with this, but that is a level of min-maxing that I am not prepared for, so we'll just stick it down next to this guy. That is an unnecessary level of min-maxing for a game that is all but won. Victory status, 2% of the galaxy left with Geode pumping out currently 1,257 culture per turn. We have 2 extremely powerful fleets guarding our borders in case the opponent most likely to declare war on us does so. There's Diamonics completed. Let's get cultural affinity. That's also unnecessary, but why not? And let's also go down to Geode and see what the celebrities will do for us. I'm sorry, why can I not make you guys a celebrity? Oh, to be a celebrity, I think we have to go entertainer and then turn them into a celebrity. Celebrities boost the approval based on their social and influence based on their diligence. So at the moment, our guy here is just giving us research because his social skill is 0, but he does have a 7.5 in diligence. Now, our researchers are giving us 2.5 influence growth. Let's go ahead and make him a celebrity. And now we're getting nothing. We're not getting anything. Why? Your diligence is 7.5. You should at least be giving us something. 1,315 influence, by the way. Okay, so influence growth 2.5. Let's take somebody who actually has some social skills. I know that's going to be hard for you guys. Like 2.5 seems to be the limit. All right, this guy has a 5 in social skills. He's also giving us 10% to our influence growth, along with all of the research bonuses. So let's go ahead and make you an entertainer. Now we're getting that 10 influence growth plus an extra 0.5. We'll make you into a celebrity, and we're getting 2.5 influence growth plus 10%. Now the big deal is in that 2.5. That actually translates to quite a lot. You just have 0 skills, so we'll make you a scientist. Any other? And I mean, here we're at a level of min-maxing that I don't... like, if you guys had better social skills, yeah, I'd be willing to muck about with this a bit more. And maybe if I changed everybody here to an entertainer, it would make a difference. But no, not worth the time, the effort. Keep moving our ships with the borders. The Kryn Syndicate have approached the governor with a unique offer. They're willing to share a codex of universal truths in exchange for some ancient relics. 3 influence growth. We accept that offer. It's not even, we don't even think about it. We just accept. There is a ruby. Beautiful. Coming out of Korra. Fantastic. Past the turn. We should see a victory sometime in the next 7 to 8 turns. That's how long the AI has to declare war on us, which will stop us. Broken teleporter artifact is a wormhole generator, sure, for the lulz. Keep moving with the borders. We're right outside of Onyx Prime. If they declare war on us now, we will just glass their planet. It is too late. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. 1,400 culture. Still 96% of the way to victory. All that's left more is for 4 more months to pass, and we have won the game. Now, I don't know if you remember, way back in one of the original, like the first couple episodes, we were talking about a technology or an achievement that hadn't yet been implemented, that I thought would have been implemented in this Federation's update. I have since found it. It is the United Planets. United Planets. United Planets is a coalition of the galaxy's civilizations brought together to enact a common framework and common law without overly impacting the freedoms and sovereignty of the members. Now, this to me sounded like a federation, but United Planets hasn't been implemented yet. You are free to use this galactic achievement at any time. Peacefulness unlocks the United Planets improvement. Now, I had expected this to be implemented in the Federations in this latest DLC. A steadfast commitment to the peace and brings hope to the civilizations who cherish its values. United Planets improvement. But again, United Planets hasn't been implemented yet. But this sounds much more like a federation or something that should be in federations. The United Planets is a coalition of the galaxy's civilization brought together to enact a common framework. This has so much potential. I really had hoped we would see this, but we did not as yet. Maybe in the future, maybe never. But it feels like at this stage of Galactic Civilizations life, we should not have features not implemented yet that are listed in the Galactopedia. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. If you're not planning to do anything with it, just get rid of it. Please. Please. Don't tease me. Don't tease me. We get 10% gross income to all of our worlds. Thanks, precursors. Let's see. Any more red all the way up here? And I like our fleet being in position. Looks like the Onyx did grab something off of the Terrans, but it also looks like the Drath are fine. We are starting to flip Onyx Prime. Not that it matters. We win in something like 3 turns anyway. Victory status. 3 more months. Will they go to war with us in 3 months? They really hate us. They're really hating us now. They are still quite strong. The Kryn have nothing. The Drath are still fairly strong. I'm curious to see if these guys have built any battleships. They have. But this is a flagship. That is also a flagship. Do we have any battleships? The Dissident is cruiser tech. No, they have not built any battleships with the technology we have given them. Okay. Well, let's see if they actually attempt to stop us in these last 3 turns. Please, just hovering somewhat menacingly. They can have up to 59 logistics, whereas we've got like 85 total. Still no war being declared. Their cruiser here, fairly formidable. No shields, 21.8 armor, fairly decent standard evasion. Looks like they've leaned into the beam technology. Sorry, they've only got 66 beam attack and 10 kinetics, no missiles, and ion cannons. Interesting design. Let's keep marching them down. We've annexed planet Alphard 2 from the Terran Resistance. Another cultural progression. Let's go to collectivism. We can get 1% approval to everything, or cooperation, fertility, shared belief, +2 levels of housing. I think now let's go to pacifism and get kindness. Extra diplomacy would be fine in keeping with what we've got going on. We're just gonna stay in orbit around Onyx Prime. There's a military starbase. That'll probably be the first thing we hit, so let's go and hang out right next to that. Victory status, 2 more months. Pass the turn. I mean, if we were playing against humans, it does not matter. You would declare war whether or not you could win, probably. But we're dealing with AI here. And the AI knows it will lose. It just knows. This should be the very last turn. What are we going to do? Mostly pass. Just kind of chill. Keep our influence. Check our orders. Have a quick look at our approval. Capping out at 1,517. Not bad at all. No war has been declared, so I think that's it, right? GG's? I think that's it. Let's pass the turn and see if we get the W. I suppose there could be some counter pressure that actually pushes back our border for a turn. Perhaps, depending on how the numbers play out. But no, we get the win. There it is. Flawless appearance and execution. Win as the Luxar Dominion achievement. Huzzah! Victory! Your culture is spread across the entire galaxy. Aliens everywhere are seeking to emulate the ways of your people, adding and removing limbs as necessary to better fit their vision of the perfect life you lead. Who needs to conquer their bodies when you already own their hearts and minds? Let's have a look at some of the screens. Our most powerful opponents were the Cosmic Contaminant. We did beat them down. The Terran Alliance were our most powerful allies before we added them into our empire. We were trading with the Onyx Hive. Most powerful planet was Iconia, not even our home planet of Geode, which was the most influential. The Marimando was our most powerful ship. Our favorite ship was the Solid Supply ship. Dominant ideology was collectivism. Fine. Most expensive tech, the Dream of Utopia, which actually sped up the victory by quite a lot. Rankings, not bad at all. Not bad at all. first with the amount of planets annexed. We annexed 29 planets through influence. We won 112 battles. Lost 49, but that's like gonna be things like the envoys and stuff that they blew up. Enemy ships destroyed. We were first, even though we weren't the first for battles won, which is interesting. Have a look at the timeline. Our influence. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes. We were actually behind on influence till roundabout here where I suspect the beacon was built. And we really started to lean into influence. And you could just see these huge jumps ever upwards. A little bit of a dip there for some reason. Probably when treaties and abilities come off cooldown. But up and up and up. Not bad at all. You know, we weren't also that bad for research. That is a chaotic research line. However, we did end up quite high. Every time you see a jump like this is probably when we're flipping worlds and adding new things into our empire. Approval is just, it's pretty, but I don't know what I'm looking at here. Apparently some people were hitting rock bottom on approval. I think that's when they drop out the game. Yes, that will be when they leave the game and joined our empire. Prestige track, I mean, we were getting there. We could have won by prestige if we wanted to draw out the game. Just to give the AI the old middle finger. But anyway, there you have it, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this Federation's playthrough as the Luxar Dominion. Let me know down in the comments below what faction we should go as next and which government you'd like to see the most. Remember to like, subscribe. We're trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers. It's free after all. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.